How to, cousins? How you do? It's old Rusty here. I'm a reseller, it's true. I buy things and I sell them for more money. And that's how I make my living. And I'm almost back to the warehouse, and shoot, folks, I'm excited. I had a really good sourcing day, and I want to tell you all about it. This is not one of those thrift with me where I walk around in a store and make everyone uncomfortable because I got a GoPro strapped to my chest kind of videos. If that's what you're looking for, go find any of the other resellers out there that do YouTube videos. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly what my process was. I'm going to tell you what I did before I went out. I'm going to tell you how I decided where I was going to go. And I'm going to show you the stuff I bought. I'll tell you what I paid for it, what I expect to sell it for, and a few strategies along the way. If you're new to doing this kind of thing, maybe you've never done it, this will be very helpful. And even if you're a pro, you may see some things in here that you haven't done before, or maybe you'll just say, yep, that's what I do, Rusty, good on you. Maybe you won't say anything nice to me, but I hope you do, even if it is behind my back. Let's jump in here, folks. No more fluff talking. We're going to give you our cutesy little intro here, and then we're going to get down to brass tacks, folks. Let's hit it. My, we have a lot to get into today, folks. Everything that you're looking at here on this table is stuff that old Rusty purchased today out at 4 separate locations in the same town here in Western North Carolina that I rolled around to. And these are all places I've been to before, and that's why I knew that they would be good places to stop at. Antique stores and thrift stores. I've also over here, I've got my tools of the trade. We've got a gold scratch test kit. You can buy these on eBay and on Amazon pretty cheaply. I got a high-powered magnet right here. This comes out of a CD player, super powerful. You can, if I, whoa, look at that. It pulled it so hard it pulled out of my hand. And this is just a little pointer I'm going to use. I got my loop here. Jeweler's loop to look closely at stuff, a couple of them here, and then I've got a little scale here that can weigh small pieces of jewelry and gemstones and things like that. That's what I'm going to be using today to show you some of this stuff. Let's get into it. And first off, let's start with non-jewelry items. All right, we're going to look at a few of these items here today, and I'll talk about why I bought them. First off, we got this kind of crackled blue, like a very dark blue, almost purplish colored little pot here. Those of you who are have ever heard of bonsai or familiar with bonsai will recognize this as primarily made for bonsai plants. In fact, I'm going to show you down here below. You'll see that there is a space underneath with the 4 legs. And also you've got 2 different holes to allow water out. So with bonsai, you don't want to overwater them. That can cause problems. And so I paid $3 for this. It's used, but it's a perfectly good condition still. It's got some of that crackled look. I don't know if that was intentional or if that just happened afterwards. Either way, based on the inside of it, I don't know if this has ever even held soil, to be honest with you. And so these are the kinds of things in good quality bonsai pots. Handmade things can go for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. But this is just more of a kind of run-of-the-mill one you would find at a department store of some kind. You can see there's an old, it's made in China. So this is not an old one. These are somewhat mass-produced, but it's got a good look to it. And $3 is a really good price. So I'll be able to sell this for probably $14 to $20. That won't be hard. I could even sell it locally. Moving on, we got this, also a blue-colored little pot. You can see the bottom here where there's no sort of, the coating on the bottom. There's a little bit in the middle, which is a little bit bizarre. I'm not seeing any markings as it being handmade. Not terribly well done. The glaze, you can see, is really kind of poorly done. We do have one little tiny chip here at the bottom, but if you turn around, you wouldn't see it. Again, $2 for this. This is something I can sell for $10 to $15 pretty much all day long on eBay. It's attractive looking. It's a little kind of like a small flower vase type thing you could put on, say, your dining room table or something. And then I'm going to move over to this one. Let me pull it up to the foreground here. I really like this style. This is, I don't know if you can tell by the lighting, but this is almost like it's like a cream approach and a tiniest of the lightish green or lightish blue. You can see that this motif is everywhere. And if you look real carefully on the bottom, right up here in this corner, you'll see some Asian characters, and it looks like Japanese characters to me. Right there. It would be read, I think, vertically. So I do think that this is Japanese made. Really nice condition. Really nice condition. And I paid $2 for this. I haven't looked up comps yet, but because of the how nice it looks, it's a very elegant looking piece. The fact that I do have some Asian markings on the bottom of it, I'll do really well with that. I might be able to sell this for $20 or more. And then up here, look at this. This, what we're looking at, is actually entirely made of glass. This is a glass rose. You can see the glass that has been folded up and shaped to look like a rose. Really cool looking, and it only cost me 25 cents. I don't know what these go for, folks, really, but it was so easy to pull the trigger on 25 cents. I just went ahead and did it because it, that sweetened the deal of the things I got. And then finally here, this piece, and I picked this up specifically because of the design. It is what you would call more of like a mid-century modern style, with these kind of the individual lines. It's sort of off-centered, kind of the strange kind of dimensions. And then the color, this is kind of like a mintish green color. Really good condition. It does say Cantina Ware, China, trademark, so the Cantina Ware would be the brand. I don't even know if I'm going to put that in the title. I most likely won't. But this cost me $10. I expect to sell this for between $40 and $50, okay? $45 to $40, $45. Really great. Now, none of these things are going to help you retire early, okay? But what do we do? What is it? $10, $12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about $16 worth of cost, right? I'm going to get 40, maybe 20, 60, 75, 15 on this, 15 on that, 85, 90. We're approaching $100 of value off of these items. And the reason I bought them, I don't always buy them, but you know what? It's spring, folks. It's nice. Guess what people are doing right now? They're planting. They're getting pots. They're getting stuff out. They want to get outside. They might even want something by the windowsill. It's nice outside. This is the time of year to get and sell things like this because people are buying these items right now. On our journey to the jewelry, we come across a couple more items that are not in that category, but that I did purchase today. Right here, we got a pair of sunglasses, all right? And this is by the Warby Parker brand. Now, when I come across old style, these horn-rimmed glasses, particularly if they are vintage, which these are not, but these are really popular and back in style, folks, if you didn't notice. On the side here is information I'm looking for. Tilly, 276. I just looked it up on eBay, and one sold in the last 30 days for $38, and I paid $1 for this pair of glasses. There's a little bit of some check in here I can see when I look at a certain angle, so that might have to be addressed. But, this is going to cost me about $4 to ship because I buy my postage through eBay, and there's a discount because of the Postal Service and the agreement they have with eBay. But, this right here, $4, I might just put this up for $38 free shipping, and someone can come in and buy something like this for $5 less than the last person that bought it, and I'm going to turn $1 into $30 within a week. I like when I can do stuff like that. This little cute, it's adorable, is it not? Look at this thing just sitting in my hand. It's a little clock. You can see some scratch. People did some scratching to try to get that thing on and off. I can put my thumbnail in there and pop off the back. It has a battery in it. Probably needs to be replaced. It's not hard to get that on and off. So that's good. People can work on it. And I paid $3 for this. So to me, this is an easy $10, $12 sale. This is the type of thing that not only might a person want it for actual use, but it's the kind of thing you can put up on a bookshelf or something that looks really nice as well. Now let's look at a few brooches and pins. I went through, I don't know, 4 or 5 dozen brooches today, and this is what I bought. Why did I get these specific ones, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. The places I frequent locally oftentimes will sell pieces of costume jewelry for $2 or $3 a piece. Sometimes that's too much for old Rusty to want to spend, but sometimes it makes sense. When I have unique pieces like this particular one, on the front, it almost looks like it's supposed to be a money clip or something like that. But then you've got this old rose. And then you turn it over and, sure enough, it is a brooch. It's a pin. Because it's unique, I think I can sell this for $5 or $6 easily if I sell it by itself. But I may throw that in with some other similar pieces. And this one right here is that kind of lighter brushed gold tone. Kind of, it's kinetic. It looks like, you could spin that around almost. When I flip her over, I notice right up here at the top is, right here is a maker's name. And if I flip it over so we can actually read it, it is going to say Jerry's, Gerry. Maybe it just says Jerry. Maybe it has an S, but that is a costume brand we come across fairly regularly. They sell okay, not the greatest in the world. So again, I could sell this for $10 to $12 by itself, or I could throw in a lot of 10 or 15 other similar brooches and make my money back that way. This piece right here, which I'll drop out, is an elephant. It's got a couple things going for it. Number one, it is a combination of metal and enamel paint. Somebody hand painted this with enamel paint in these specific spots, the feet, the tail, and the ears, as well as dotting the eyeballs there in the eyebrows. So it's kind of a cute little thing. People who like little animals or little elephants might like it. It's clearly hollow because it's not all that heavy. But if you go to inspect the top ring here, okay, right here, if I pull this around so you can see it, you'll notice it has a mark on it. Let me see if I can pull that up so that you can actually read it. Well, let me do it with my finger then, since you're going to be a pesky little rascal here. Okay. 925. That's what I wanted you to see. It's made out of sterling silver, folks. And so it's made out of a metal that people, like in their jewelry, and it has enamel paint. This would be very easy to clean as well, too, because there's not a lot of grooves. You could take a toothbrush. You could take just one of those little jewelry cleaning little containers that has the solution in. You drop it in, you pull it out, you scratch on it with the little soft brush, and voila, this thing will be shining and beautiful. Next up, we have this. Now, guys, I buy and sell a lot, and I mean a lot, of jewelry, both fine jewelry and costume jewelry. And when I come across pieces that are unique, I like to get them. This one, as you can tell, it is set up to be a fishing pole. Right down here where the reel is, you got this little blue stone, and then you got a couple of these old little fish hanging on here, and they've got these bejeweled eyeballs, green eyeballs, okay? Flip it over, you do a little examination, and boom, really quickly and easily you see that this thing is branded. And it says either Jean or Jean. All right, so that's a brand. It has a C. That's copyrighted. So that is it's a brand name thing. It's a nice piece. It's complete. It's not missing any stones. It's functional. The pen still works. And so I paid $5. I paid up for this one a little bit. $5 for this because I think that this is a $20 or more piece because it's thematic. It has animals. Anybody who fishes might be interested, or a loved one of someone who fishes might like that piece. Now here's the risk I took today. It is, but it isn't. What do we pay? What did I pay for this one? $3. Okay, so not a terrible risk, because I can sell brooches for $3 and make my money back, bottom line, all day long, every day, no matter how ugly it is. Somebody might want it. But the reason I bought this was because of the way that it's made. It's made very well, I can tell. It's also quite heavy. It's a uniform color, and I have come across brooches like this in the past that were made of gold, or they were sterling silver with gold overlay. Now, I have inspected this fairly well, but I have not found any marks. So the likelihood that it is made out of gold would be very, very small, since this does not look like a terribly old piece. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the scratch test on it anyways. Something of this weight, if it was made, for example, out of 10 or 14 karat gold, would be worth hundreds of dollars based on the gold weight. And so that's why I took a risk. Sometimes I do it. I know I'll make my money back with these others. This was sort of like a home run swing. Sometimes you strike out, of course, but it's okay if you do. I do a lot. You know, I didn't learn this stuff overnight, folks. So if you, early on in your career, or even still, if you buy things and you regret it, don't beat yourself up about it, folks. You're learning. You'll get better at it, just like I did. Next up, we have pendants and we have stick pins. Now, here's what I did today. I bought this little lot here of stick pins. You can see some of these right here like that. There's one sticking out the bottom. I think there's 5 in here, and I paid $7.50. Okay, so, you know, less than $2 a piece for those. I'll pull them out and check them in a little bit. I don't think, based on looking at them, that any of them are made of gold, although this one right here, this Irish one, might be. This one here I bought by itself. I paid up for it. I paid $5, okay? But it is gold filled, and you can tell if you turn it over, right here, right there, this little mark right here, it's very tiny, but it says 1/20th 12 kgf gold filled. Okay, so I know that I can sell this for $10 or more because it's gold filled. I've done it many times. This one I'm excited about, folks, because what you're looking at there is a pink coral with something like jade. I don't think it actually is jade. It's probably nephrite, which is, I guess, a type of jade. But it's some other probably green stone that's lesser valuable. Also, it's possible that I can tell it is coral based on, like, examining it close, but it could be that this is white coral that has been dyed pink as opposed to it being originally red. And I only wonder that because it's especially dark on the back side, and when they carve more inside of it, it's a pinker color. But it's possible. I'll do more research on it. But for $3, this is a unique piece, and if that is in fact like an angel skin coral, it could be worth quite a bit more. So I'm excited about this. We sell at an antique store, and I can sometimes buy these stick pins for, like I said, $2 a piece, sometimes $1 a piece. You find bundles, and I can sell these for $5 to $10 a piece all day long. If I throw them in a big lot, if I want to liquidate, I could make a big old lot of them and sell them, no big deal. All right, here we have this little pendant. Okay, a little pendant. And it's pretty obviously marked down here at the bottom. If I zoom in, you can see right there. Let me hold steady for a moment. Right there, it's got initials, and it says 925. What I think is happening here is that these initials, or this marking, is the artist that made this piece. 925 indicates that it's made out of sterling silver. It has, it caught my eye. It's tarnished just like sterling silver likes to tarnish, but the way the look of it, I think this was an artisan. I think that an artist took some silver and they ran it through a press. They thinned it out, and they, they just formed it. It could have been also they just created it from a mold. That's possible. But it's sterling silver. It's fairly heavy, so it was definitely worth getting. I can sell it by itself to someone who likes the look of it, or I could put it in with other silver and sell it for just the scrap weight. Now, I'm excited about this piece, folks, because it came with a lot of these others. Same thing here, same deal, $3. Now, I've come across ones that look like this so many times in my life. They mass-produce ones that look like this. It's just this little gold tone pendant. You've got little stones in here, what look like diamonds and rubies. And either they are simulated, meaning synthetic, man-made ones, or they're made to look like that. But when I flipped it over, and this is where, I'm lucky that I still have real good eyesight. I didn't even need to use my loupe because I could tell by looking at it on the bottom here, it was marked for gold. Let me pull this up here so you guys can see it. I'm going to get as close as I can. Do you see that marking right here on the end? It says 10K. 10K. So, folks, this is 10 karat solid yellow gold. Now, what we need to know in order to determine a price is what is the going rate for a gram of 10 karat solid gold. Well, I looked it up before this video and we're right at $26.30 some. So what we do is we take this over and we weigh it. All right, this is why we have our trusty little scale here, folks. We got to pull it up here. I really should set it down as it's calibrating. Okay, it's ready. It's already on grams. So we're going to drop this on here. And we're looking at 1.2 grams. Okay, so that's not very heavy, obviously, 1.26. But we're looking at, if it's $26.30 for 1 gram, and we're looking in the $30 to $32 for this piece that I paid $3 for. Now, some of these stones account for some of the weight, but that's not that big of a deal. If you're going to sell it for scrap, you can remove the stones, or you could, just say in the listing that it has stones. The people who buy scrap gold will account for that in their calculations, but this is an attractive piece, not missing any stones. I could either sell it like it is, I could wait and sell it as scrap with other things, or I could wait until I come across or pull a 10 karat gold necklace chain and put this pendant on it and sell them as a package deal. Well, I almost forgot this one brooch, and I'm glad we're going to talk about this one because I took a little risk on this today. I really did. Now, if you only look at the top half of this brooch, she's looking pretty good. Very complicated piece. You can see how here's my thumbnail. You can see right here these little wire pieces that come out that are holding the beads together. It's multiple layers, as you can see. It's all held together. These stones are all prong set. Now, if you look at the bottom, not so good. Do you see all this greenish color right here? Guys, that is corrosion on the metal. These are, the metal used in this was not, it was an alloy that is given to wear and deterioration. You can also see that these little beads, these dangle beads, the outer coating that's supposed to make it look like pearl, like this is why they call it faux or fake pearl. This is what can happen. Do you see that scraping off there? Does not look so nice. But I'll tell you why I bought it. I paid $10 for it. That's a lot of money, folks. I may not get my money back for a piece of jewelry that's in this state. It needs to be repaired heavily. But you can see right down here, there's a brand that says Original by Robert. So I did a cursory investigation of Original by Robert brand jewelry and brooches, and some in good condition, specific types, usually ones with large colored rhinestones, can sell for hundreds of dollars, believe it or not. And then several others for, for $10, $20, $50, $75. So what I'm banking on, folks, is that somebody who collects this, or maybe wants to do some touch-up work, likes to restore pieces, would find that this would be worth it. I'm going to put it up for probably $20. I wouldn't ask much more for that than that, probably for this, based on its condition. I do want to make a buck on it because I found it, and I do think it's a complicated and interesting looking piece. I hope somebody can restore it. It's not really worth my time to do the work myself to restore this, because I'm a volume seller and I need to move stuff. I do like to restore things from time to time, but usually the payout that I'm going to get at the end has got to be worth quite a bit more than $10 for me to do it. But I did pull the trigger on this today. I wouldn't call it an impulse buy, but it was a little bit risky. But again, as I get into this video a little bit further and you see some other things I bought, you'll understand why I took a couple of risks. Okay, folks, now we're going to talk about earrings. Again, I went through several dozen earrings that I looked at today. Why did I buy these? Well, I'll tell you. You can see that I spent $6 on each of those. That was a little bit high. $3 on these and $3 on those. So these are a gold tone. They're pretty attractive. And one thing I want to draw your attention to, I'm going to zoom in here, is you can see that there's this sort of carved section right here that almost looks like a sun rising, and it says 12K G. Did I seriously scrape a part of that off? I don't think that that's a part of that. I hope not, doggone-yous. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Well, I have broken jewelry on here before. People caught me. Did you break that? Yes, I did. Leave me alone. It happens sometimes. Okay, 12K GF. It's 12 karat gold filled, right? It's just some sort of alloy with 12 karat gold on it. Someone's going to want that. Or if they don't want to buy it by itself, I'll put it in with other gold filled jewelry, folks. There's two different ways to sell this stuff, which I like. Moving over to this is what they, oh man, what do they call this? You guys remember what it's called, this iridescent thing? Aurora Borealis, Rusty. It's called a Pick Me. You know, I was just toying with you, folks. It's called Aurora Borealis. And people dig this stuff. Look at this. Look at the back of these earrings. These are quite old. Probably 19, I don't know, folks, 60s, maybe in the 70s. But people collect these specifically, these pieces. And I know that this pair of earrings could sell for as much as $20. And so I was fine paying $6 for it. It's intact entirely. They're not missing any stones. The prongs are pretty tight. They're good. The next set here, again, $6. These are sort of run-of-the-mill colored, just like clear colored rhinestones. So why would I pay $6 for it? Well, I'll tell you why. Turn it over and you look at the back. Can you see it yet? Let me zoom in. Yes, folks. Crown Trifari. Yes. Well, I love it. And that crown is quite distinct on there. So these are older, what do they call? Alfred Felipe? Is that what they call him? Trifari. Nice old Trifari earrings, which someone might say have the bracelet or a necklace. This may have come in a set originally, and they're missing the earrings, so they want to make a full set. They'll get these, or they just collect Trifari stuff, and they like the elegant look of this and the fact that they are in immaculate condition. Moving down here, now folks, this is the one I am most excited about. I'm very excited about this. Why, folks? Why would I care about something that just looks fairly blank? Can you tell by looking at the top of this? Does anybody have any idea what this is? Boy, the color in my video keeps getting wonky on me, but what you're looking at here, folks, are these kind of, makes it look like orange in this light, but they're actually more of a pink color. All right, I pulled this old pill bottle out because I wanted to help you see the actual true, a better idea of the contrast of what this color is actually like. And if I move over here, you'll see, well, again, I apologize for the color on this. My screen is just not wanting to show it, but it is not orange like this pill bottle, even though it's trying to act like it is. It's more of a pink color. And on this, it had these little backs, which are a silver color. Do you see that? The silver tone? But when I pull these up to examine them, as I will show you now, I noticed that, you know what? This post and the way that it is made is clearly very old, but the post is actually more of a rose gold color. Interesting. What you're looking at here, folks, is actual coral. It's what they would call angel skin coral, and they're quite heavy. I paid $3 for this. I was overjoyed. Coral in jewelry can sell for gobs of money, folks. If you're not aware, you need to learn how to identify coral. Do you see some of these lines in this? Coral is a naturally occurring thing. It's not made by people. It grows in the ocean, folks. And so it has these striations and these spots on it to show it was a living thing. And it's been used since the dawn of time. Raw materials like bone and mother of pearl and coral were used in jewelry. So someone along the way was missing the backing on this, and they just wanted to find something, so they pulled some of these old silver ones, and they're not even made of silver, they're just silver tone. If you had been looking, you may or may not be aware. Let me stop for a second and say that earrings that are made of gold, the post themselves is going to be gold. If they're yellow gold, they're going to be made of gold, because gold does not irritate the skin like other types of alloys. It would be uncommon for you to find gold earrings, but then the post be stainless steel. Usually they're gold. So if you're looking at the backs of rings hanging on a little thing in a thrift store and you see a gold color of a post, you should examine that a little closer. It may be made out of gold. If I had been looking at this not close enough, if I hadn't identified already that they were coral, I might have passed them by, because if I look at the back, the silver ends, like, you shouldn't have a silver colored back on a gold colored post. It just doesn't make sense. So what I'm going to do now, because I know that these are coral, and because I know that they're old, and because this is a gold color, I suspect that they're made out of gold. So let's check it out on this scratch test. Okay, so you can see I put this nice little scratch right there on it. Okay, that is from the back of one of these. And I'm going to start here with 14 karat. You know, a lot of times I'll start low and go high, but if this is 10 karat gold, this 14 karat is going to eat it. All right, it's gonna eat it right up. If it is 14 karat gold, it's not going to do anything, and then I'll have to move up to 18. So let's see. I'm going to put this on there. If it were not made of gold, it would eat it right up. If it were 10 karat gold, it would be eating it right now. It is not eating it, folks. It is just sitting there. It's just sitting there smiling at me with this gold color, saying, yep, Rusty, you were right. I'm gold. Congratulations. Well, thanks so much for saying that, Acid. I'm going to move over right now to the 18K. I'm unscrewing the lid right now. Here we go. 18 karat. Now, when I drop this, if this is 14 karat gold, it should start eating it right away. It'll turn like a coppery color and start deteriorating. If it is 18 karat gold, it's not going to do anything, and I'll have to move up to 22. So let's take a look, see. Ah, do you see it? Do you see it turning? Do you see it? I got all that. Yeah, see that right there? I'm going to move it over here so you can see now. It's almost, it's very coppery in color. Doggone it, the lights above me are really messing with the camera angle, but you can see right there. Now you can see it. It's eating most of it. And if I take a towel or like a wash, some tissue paper or a paper towel and wipe that off, it's going to be mostly gone. You can see the gold remnants over here to the left of something that is 22. It's actually 24 karat gold. Got a pendant with some gold nuggets in it recently. I had to test that. But anyhow, well, congratulations, folks. These little earrings right here, these little coral earrings, are genuine coral. And they have 14 karat yellow, like more of a rose gold post on the back. So what I got to do is I got to find a backing that is gold as well, or gold tone at the very least, so that it matches a little bit better. But something like this, probably $150 to $200 range, because they're unique looking. They're definitely old gold with coral. All right, now we're going to talk about necklaces and bracelets. I'm going to show you these, tell you why I got them. This is very simple, folks, and this one are very simple. They're both gold filled as well. All right, gold filling means that there is an actual layer of solid gold on the outside of otherwise a more common type of an alloy. And this one, it's marked here on this clasp. All right, you can kind of see some writing down there. This one, same situation. You look at the clasp, and it's written on there by my thumbnail that it is gold filled. Now, I hold on to stuff like this, folks, because whenever I come across attractive pendants that don't have a chain, I'll go through and find my gold filled chain, and I'll throw it on that, and it's more likely to sell and sell for more money. And this is also a nice, it's functional, it's got an older style clasp on it. That'll be nice. It'll be easy to sell those. Here was a cool looking necklace that looks like it could just be a regular old costume piece. But it had an interesting looking clasp. I flip it around. I look on the inside of it. And lo and behold, it says 925. Do you see that? I think I have it upside down. 925. And it also has a little crescent moon with the letter R. Almost looks like on the left there. You see that? Now, I have not messed with it much yet, but folks, I haven't figured out this clasp yet. I don't know how to get this puppy out of there. It's very attractive and cool looking. I love the design of it. But shoot, it's like child-proof. It's rusty-proof. I can't get it open. And then you look at this. I don't know, since my guess is that these little balls are also sterling silver along with the clasp, but I don't know what this blue is. It's not that dark blue that lapis is. This almost looks like a, I don't know, like marble would look, right? Like a blue color in marble. Surely these are not marble beads, but I don't know what they are. If you out there have an idea of what this kind of softer blue speckled nonsense is, I would love to know. Here's another nice necklace. Again, it looks like a run-of-the-mill costume necklace, but when you come up to the clasp, you'll see it says Napier. Napier, and that is a costume jewelry brand. $3 for a Napier, like a branded necklace, is money all day long. It's easy for me to sell this. This is probably a $12 to $15 necklace. If I sold it by itself, that won't be hard to sell. And then along with the earrings I showed you a minute ago here, all right, this is my other big score of the day. This is sterling silver, folks. It's a sterling silver necklace. It's got a cool little clasp there at the end, just like a little eye and hook. If you come on down, I'll let you see the whole piece here. These things kind of float over. You can go back and forth. But this is not like a perfect example of what they call a squash blossom, but it is very close. A lot of times squash blossom necklaces will have a larger secondary part and at the bottom, or just a single piece at the bottom that hangs down from it. A lot of times they have like turquoise or coral or things like that. This particular item is featuring amber, okay? And it is genuine amber. It's not uncommon to see that in gold or silver. This is somewhat of an older piece, folks. Kind of definitely tarnished some. You can see that there's some cleanup work I could do. I paid up for this, folks. I paid $65, 65 bones. And that's a lot. But I do believe that I can sell this necklace for somewhere in the, I would say on the low end, probably $150. Shoot, could go up from there. I could sell it either locally or online. We sell mostly on eBay. Most of you probably know that. But it's a beautiful little piece here. I like it. You don't come across these in the wild all that much for affordable prices. And again, 65 is kind of high. I mean, I'm not going to, I'll double my money. But I just thought it was an attractive piece. I liked finding it. These two pieces alone, folks, we're going to probably make 50 or 60 bucks off of this one. This only cost me $3. And if I could sell that for $150, these two things combined, but especially this piece, would have paid me back for everything that I've shown you in this video today, including this stuff down here. That is why I took some risks. Risk. All right. Maybe I won't get these back that you want, but the gold piece, several pieces of sterling silver, several branded things. This is what we look for, folks, when we're out. We pass by the stuff that's junk as best we can, and we grab the stuff that we think we can sell quickly and for decent money. Thanks so much for sticking around today, cousins. I hope you learned a thing or two. Folks, all that you saw today cost about $128, and I think that I can make somewhere in the $400 to $500 range once we sell all of that. If you did that every day, folks, you're making $250 profit a day. It's not that bad of a living if you can handle living off of that sort of thing. I hope this helped, folks. Stick around. If you got any information about some of the stuff we saw on here today, please let us know. Check out our eBay stores. The stuff's in the description. And you guys just take care of yourselves. Be safe, treat people kindly, and good luck finding your next treasure. See you soon. Rusty, that's what I'm talking about. Rusty,